Hey guys, Phil Tinsley here, your favorite realtor. Today we're going to be going over the top 5 things you should be doing if you plan to buy a home within the next 12 months. Stay tuned. All right, number 1. This is probably the most asked question out of any other question regarding real estate. Phil, what does my credit score need to be in order to purchase a home? I will tell you simply, it really doesn't matter, to be completely honest. Like, you can literally get qualified right now with a 580 credit score. Now, there are some stipulations in there that would require, basically almost a clean slate, meaning you've paid off a lot of debt, or you're fresh out of a bankruptcy or something of the sort. So, and that's a whole different video topic that we can definitely go more into detail, but you want to ensure that you're going to have a 640 or higher credit score for not only the best programs, but also a better interest rate. Number 2, for me, I would say complete a mortgage application. Many people, going back to number 1 regarding that 640 credit score, many people assume that Credit Karma or their free credit score that they get through their credit card company, Discover, Capital One, American Express, etc., is accurate. What I will tell you is many times those companies are using what is called a Vantage score, which ultimately means that they are gathering information from your credit report, but it is not the most accurate score, nor is it the information that a mortgage provider would use. So you might be seeing that your credit score, say, is 650 on Credit Karma, on your Capital One app, for example. But in reality, there might be seriously, I've seen up to a 100-point discrepancy between what you're seeing on your Vantage score and what it is in actuality regarding your FICO score, which is the Fair Isaacs Corporation. Number 3, your liabilities. I think that it is important to know what your debts are, and in order to find those out, you should actually take advantage of your free credit report. Your credit report is absolutely free to you once per year. You can get it myfreeannualcreditreport.com, and there's several other websites out there that you can get provided a free credit report from all 3 bureaus that tells you exactly what's on your credit report. Now, with that in mind, you definitely want to begin to take a look at what your liabilities are, meaning your debts, and then you want to divide that information by your gross income. This is how we calculate your debt to income ratio. This ratio is ultimately how the lender or the bank decides to actually give you the money to buy a home. Now, you want that debt to income ratio to be 40% or less, meaning when you take your overall debts, you divide them by that of your gross income, you are going to ultimately come up with a percentage. It's going to say 0.34, 0.45, 0.55, whatever that number is, that is a percentage. Your first 2 decimal points are ultimately going to dictate what that percentage number is. If it's over 50%, 9 times out of 10, you will qualify for few, if not no programs whatsoever. You want that number to be under 40% when it comes to your debt to income ratio. 4, we're going to go over savings. Now, there are incredible amount of down payment assistance programs out there and things that will allow you to purchase a home without having a bunch of money in the bank. Specifically, 20%. You do not need 20% to buy a home. You should, and I recommend, having a minimum of 5 to 10% of the sales price of the home that you plan to purchase in the bank. They want to see this physically in your bank account, not in cash in a safe. The reason why is if you take cash and you decide, okay, I'm buying a house, I've got $50,000 in cash. When you have that amount of cash and you go to deposit it in a bank, anything over, I believe it's $9,000, they're going to ask you where it came from. Even if it's from work and it is legal tender, you still have to provide explanation of why you're depositing such a large deposit. In addition to that, you definitely need to have what is called a seasoning period of that capital, meaning it needs to be in the bank for a certain period of time, and that will ultimately depend on your lender and underwriter's discretion. So definitely 5 to 10% savings in your account at the time of application. And number 5, this goes without saying, and it's the obvious, but avoid accumulating more debt. If you have debts, begin to pay them down And again, as we talked about, ensure that that DTI or that ratio, that percentage number that we calculated earlier, being liabilities, is less than 40%. Avoid accumulating more debt because it's ultimately less that you'll qualify for regarding your home, in addition to having a higher interest rate depending on your debt to income ratio. That is the top 5 things that you should be doing as a potential home buyer if you plan to buy a home within the next 12 months. My name is Phil Tinsley. You can find all of my information here. If there's any questions, concerns, comments, please do not hesitate to leave them. Shoot me a text directly or shoot me an email. Look forward to hearing from you and talking to you soon. Happy shopping.